Detained, shackled, beat up, transferred to Texas, then to Oklahoma, then to Kansas, pressured to sign documents to self-deport, and then punished when he wouldn't. And that is what a man named Raul says happened to him after he was detained at his job site in Minneapolis on January 8th. Raul, who came to the U.S. from El Salvador in 2016, has been here legally. He came on a work visa back then, and then he got a withholding of removal order, meaning he cannot be deported back to El Salvador, meaning he should never have been detained. But he was still taken and only returned after 19 days, days after the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minneapolis agreed that, again, ICE should never have detained him. Even then, he didn't know about it. Agents would not answer his questions, didn't even tell him, he says, that he was on his way home. Raul and his nephew Juan join us now. We are withholding their last names at their request due to safety concerns. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Raul, you, in the story you tell about your detention to us here at MS Now, you detail some pretty harrowing experiences. What was it like after you got taken? Raul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Juan?
What was it like after you were taken?
¿Cómo fue después de que lo detuvieron?
Sí, yo me conducí a mi trabajo y pasé a un Home Depot a comprar guantes. Cuando salí del Home Depot vi que alguien me comenzó a seguir. El Home Depot pues está a una cuadra y media de donde yo estaba trabajando.
When he was arrived to work, he went shortly to Home Depot to make a purchase for some gloves. Then ICE agents started to follow him back to his job, to where he found himself surrounded by ICE agents.
Luego me parqué, cuando ya me parqué y volví a ver para abajo a recoger los guantes, vi que estaba rodeado con aproximadamente 13 o 12 vehículos de ICE.
As he parked, shortly after he was putting his gloves on his hands, he noticed that about 12 to 13 vehicles surrounded him.
Y dos personas me estaban encañonando con rifles.
Two of the agents were aiming rifles directly at Raul.
Yo me bajé con mi documento en mi mano derecha, y le dije, tengo mi documento bueno,
Raul,
soy legal.
after being asked to leave his vehicle, he got out of his vehicle with documents in hand, letting them know that he was legally here.
And tell me, can you tell me what happened when you were taken? You told us about being physically hurt by these agents. You told us when you were in detention.
¿Nos puede decir, tío, cómo lo trataron cuando ellos lo agarraron? Cuando lo tiraron a la troca. ¿Se puede
me agarraron de pies y manos. Me amarraron de pies y manos y me tiraron
by my hands and feet and shackled me and tossed me into a vehicle.
Yo pegué con la parte izquierda de la cabeza.
As he was being tossed into the vehicle, I hit my left side of my head in the inner door.
Quedé viendo oscuro y
everything turned black.
Les dije que por qué me trataban así, pues yo no me había resistido.
I asked and I questioned, why are you guys treating me this way?
Así me trasladaron amarrado. Ese día estuve el día entero, la noche, día completo.
That day I was, after that happened, didn't get an answer. And I was moved to the Whipple building in shackles. And I was held in shackles.
Me trasladaron hasta El Paso, Texas, así amarrado, y hasta que llegamos al Paso a las 42 horas me soltaron.
So during this time that I remained in the Whipple building, I remained in shackles, and even though I asked for them to be removed, I still remain in shackles all the way to El Paso, Texas. Until we arrived to El Paso, Texas, then they removed the shackles. ¿Cuántas horas pasó así, tío?
Más de 40 horas desde que me amarraron.
I spent more than 40 hours in shackles and in pain after I was roughed up by them.
Tengo un
And
pie cortado
when he
Sí.
was detained, what happened when they told him to sign deportation papers?
Tío, ¿qué pasó cuando la oficial le dijo que firmara los papeles y le dijo que no?
Él se enojó conmigo y me dijo
The officer got mad at me.
se enojó y me dijo que me iba a deportar a México o ya sea a Islas Caimán.
And when he got mad at me, he told me that if I didn't sign the documents, he still wouldn't care. He was going to deport me to Mexico.
Were there
Y luego,
consequences for not signing those documents? Physical consequences?
Yeah. So the physical consequences that he experienced was being told if he didn't sign, he was going to be deported forcibly to Mexico. Or the, ¿cuáles son las islas, tío? Caribbean
Islas
Islands?
Caimán.
Oh,
Cayman Island.
Cayman Islands. Or he was thrown into a room with no heat to be left there for hours, no food and water, as he waited to hear from us. And even when he was free to come back home, a free man, that he had been given a signed document by a judge, he was still withheld against his will in shackles in a room because he told ICE agents that he wouldn't sign no documents unless he was being represented or in front of his lawyer.
So, Raul still has a valid work visa. He's still legally here. He has been legally here this whole time. We're showing images right now of from a doctor's appointment that he went to after he got home. And you told us, by the way, that he had no idea where he was, that he was being transferred, that the injuries often would come when he was being transferred, and that when he got home, he was so thin that his family was concerned that he was not okay. He clearly hadn't eaten for so many days. I think you said, how much weight did it look like he lost?
Over the period of 19 days, he lost 25 pounds from starvation, from not being giving water when he asked for it. Also, when he came back to us, we noticed that, he was completely out of it. So that's when we decided it was very important for us to take him to see a doctor to have a wellness check. That's when we find out that he had a broken rib. He also had a fracture on his spine. He had a concussion from when he was thrown into the back of the vehicle. He has swelling all over his back from when he was forcefully apprehended. He has swelling all over his legs from being from the shackles being so tight and for such a long time pressed against his skin. I don't know how I in short words to describe what he went through in that place. Not only they were treated worse than animals, but they were denied basic human rights to food and water. Also, the knowledge to know that his family here was doing everything we could to get him back, because even though for 10 years he has working so hard to become a U.S. citizen, and being legally here, stuff like this still happens. And that's not okay.
He was legal. So if he's legal and he's being treated this way, Raul, can you tell me, were you the only one that was being treated this poorly, or was it everybody in these detention facilities, everybody that you were transferred with?
¿Usted era el único que lo estaban tratando así, o a toda la gente que estaba en el centro de detención?
a todos.
Everybody was being treated that way. And there's something that I
Incluso
want to point out.
Incluso el día que llegamos al Paso, esa noche se mató uno dentro de la detención.
The night when he
por el
arrived to
maltrato
El
que le habían dado.
Paso, one of the detainees was killed, or Raul and the rest of the detainees was informed that he had taken his own life, which the rest of the detainees, they heard the commotion that night. It's highly doubted that was what happened. Many detainees, they were being mistreated and tortured. I share that that's not what happened of this person who passed away the first night Raul arrived to El Paso, Texas.
Is Raul okay? Is Raul okay now? Is he okay now? Are you okay now?
Tío Raúl, ¿se siente bien usted? ¿O se siente que aún lo molesta lo que pasó?
Tengo un problema por los golpes que recibí, un hueso quebrado de la columna y una costilla que aún está liqueando líquido y está pasando a un pulmón.
So Raúl, he doesn't feel well. So, I mean, he doesn't feel well because, I mean, you know, again, he has broken ribs, broken bones, you know, one of his lungs even is bruised up.
What about emotionally?
You know,
what about emotionally? And does he feel? How does he feel about this country now after experiencing this?
¿Cómo se siente usted sobre este país, tío, después de lo que le ha pasado? ¿Se siente usted salvo?
Me siento, no me siento bien, pero a la vez estoy con miedo.
Safe, but I still want to continue to move forward. Although I'm afraid, I still want to continue to move forward with my dream.
Porque aún tengo cita, tengo una cita para el 11 de marzo y no sé qué es lo que va a suceder ese día.
I have more appointments to present myself in front of an immigration judge in March 11.
And he wants to stay here. He wants to stay in the U.S., even despite this. He wants to be an American?
Sí, pues aquí tengo mi familia. Y aquí prácticamente he vivido toda mi vida.
I have my family here, and for them, I have to continue pushing forward.
Yeah, the opportunities, I imagine, are better here, despite it all. Raul, and go ahead.
America is a place where many like us come here. And it's a great place that if you work hard and you push yourself, you can make your dreams come true. And I know that a lot of people right now, they say that, you know, this country, it's not my country. But I say to them, it's not the country. It's the people who run the country who make it what it is right now. And if we all continue to move forward and work hard, we can make this country beautiful, not only for one race, but for all of us, for all the races. Because for migrants has always been this way, not as bad as now, but it has been this way where we leave our home and we are afraid that we might not come back. And even if we have our documents, even if we work really hard for years and years and years to get legal documents, we're still afraid. But we don't want to give up the dream because, again, our families are here. And we want to push, hoping that things will get better.
Juan, thank you so much. Raul, thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. But I'm moved by your words about wanting to be here and believing that this country can be a better place. I will just mention that we reached out to DHS on Wednesday night about Raul's case. We have not received a response from DHS to the description of what he experienced and the allegations. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. And sit tight. The next hour of Katy Tur Report starts after a quick break.